Have you ever ignored that inner voice and later deeply regretted it? Felt as if the universe was trying to tell you something but you didn't pay attention? Imagine you're about to leave home on a sunny day when suddenly you have an inexplicable urge to take an umbrella. You decide to ignore it. Hours later, you find yourself drenched in an unexpected storm. Coincidence? In Umbanda, we call this intuition, and it's more powerful than you might think. This pure connection with the guides is what directs the spiritual path, steering us away from vanity and ostentation. Focusing on the inner journey of evolution is the true essence of spirituality. What if discovering this difference could completely transform your spiritual practice? Wouldn't it be amazing to deepen your connection with the spiritual world in an authentic and meaningful way, helping you grow spiritually and achieve a deeper understanding of your journey? But it's not just about minor daily inconveniences. What if that inner voice could influence your spiritual journey, guiding you at crucial moments? Have you considered what might happen if you keep ignoring these signs? Perhaps you're missing out on growth opportunities or failing to avoid complicated situations. Ignoring these subtle hints might be costing you more than you realize, affecting both your personal and spiritual life in significant ways that you may not yet fully understand. In spirituality, nothing happens by chance. Intuition and mediumship serve as protective forces that guide us and connect us to something greater. Being open to these experiences is crucial. When we trust our inner voice, we align ourselves more fully with the guidance of our spiritual mentors. This could mean the difference between missing a unique opportunity or embracing the right path laid out for us. It is in these moments of trust that we truly align with our spiritual potential. But it's not just about minor daily inconveniences. What if that inner voice could influence your spiritual journey, guiding you at crucial moments? Have you considered what could happen if you keep ignoring these signs? Perhaps you're missing out on growth opportunities or failing to avoid complicated situations. Ignoring these subtle hints might be costing you more than you realize, affecting both your personal and spiritual life in ways that you may not fully understand. Don't let personal desires overshadow the voice of the guides. By developing this discernment, you open doors to deeper understanding and genuine spiritual evolution. Are you ready to take this next step in your spiritual journey? The answer might be closer than you think. Just listen with your heart and let true spiritual guidance lead your steps. Sometimes, all we need to do is trust and be willing to receive the messages that are being sent to us from higher realms. Now, let me share a personal experience that illustrates the power of following intuition. Early in my spiritual journey, during my prayers to Pai Benedetto, a guide known for his humility and wisdom, I began to feel a strong intuition. You need to make a cane. At first I was confused and asked myself, a cane? For what purpose? The idea seemed strange, but the feeling didn't go away. In fact, it grew stronger each day until it became impossible to ignore. Discerning between these two paths can be challenging, but it's essential for spiritual growth. The more we can differentiate between what nourishes our soul and what simply feeds our ego, the more aligned we become with our higher purpose. Are you prepared to uncover this distinction and embrace true spiritual growth? Doesn't need what we think is best. The key is discerning between what is genuinely asked of us and what we think should be offered. By doing so, we focus our energy on what truly matters in our spiritual path, aligning with higher purposes. Imagine yourself involved in a spiritual work. Everything seems normal, but something inside you suggests, light a white candle now. It appears to be a random, insignificant thought. You choose to ignore it. Little do you know that this simple act could be the key to balancing the energies around you and preventing spiritual imbalances. Overlooking these signs might turn out to be a mistake that will cost you dearly later on, disrupting the harmony you've worked so hard to achieve. Have you ever felt that unexpected chill or a sudden mood change without any apparent reason? What if these subtle signs were more than mere coincidences? Imagine that your body is trying to communicate with you, sending powerful messages that could change the course of your life. Do you want to discover what your intuition is trying to tell you? Paying attention to these sensations can unlock a whole new level of awareness that could guide you towards positive changes. For days, this sensation persisted, as if a gentle but insistent voice was urging me to act. Finally, I decided to stop resisting and listen to that inner guidance. I ventured into the forest and found the perfect branch to carve. With care and attention, I transformed it into a cane. When I finished, I felt Without realizing it, many of us blend our personal desires with the messages from our spiritual guides. Are we truly following divine guidance, or are we merely catering to our own wants? Behind the offering are what matter most, not the monetary or material value. Could it be that offering something more luxurious is actually a way of feeding your own ego, rather than attending to the true spiritual request? This is where discernment becomes key. Intuition is like an internal compass guiding us, even when we don't fully understand the path ahead. It's different from mediumship, which is direct communication with spiritual guides or entities. While intuition is a subtle whisper, mediumship is like a clear and direct conversation. Both are valuable tools, but they operate in distinct ways, each offering unique insights and guidance on our journey. Learning to discern between the two can be key in spiritual growth. These sensations are like an internal alarm, a wordless language that uses your body's physical reactions to get your attention. But why do we ignore these important signals? Paying attention to these changes could be the key to avoiding complicated situations or noticing opportunities that go unnoticed. What if you could unlock this hidden power within you? The ability to listen and respond to your intuition could lead to profound transformations in your life. Overwhelming sense of peace and fulfillment. It was as if I had completed an important spiritual task, confirming that listening to our intuition can lead us to a sense of accomplishment and peace. So the next time a thought arises unexpectedly, like don't take that action right now, or avoid this path, pause and reflect. It could be your intuition guiding you, or perhaps even a spiritual guide trying to communicate subtly. Ignoring these signals could lead to complications or missed opportunities. Taking a moment to listen to these whispers might just prevent trouble, or help you seize a moment that would otherwise pass unnoticed, changing the course of your journey. Consider the story of a mother who, without any warning, feels that something isn't right with her child. She hasn't received a clear message, but something inside tells her she needs to check. That's intuition at work. On the other hand, if a spiritual guide transmits a specific message to her, we're talking about mediumship. Understanding the difference between these two forms of communication can help us better navigate the signals we receive, leading to wiser decisions. You know that moment when you suddenly stop and feel as if your mind has glitched, or when an inexplicable feeling that something is wrong takes over you, even without apparent reasons. What's really happening in those moments? These are ways our intuition communicates, and we shouldn't ignore these signs. Could they be trying to guide you toward decisions that can transform your life? Being in tune with these signals could help you make choices that align with your spiritual path. When I presented the cane to Pai Benedetto during a session, something extraordinary happened. The guide working through the medium used the cane in ways I never could have imagined. It became a powerful tool for channeling and balancing energies. Between them? This is a critical question, and finding the answer could transform your spiritual journey by helping you focus on what truly matters and not be led astray by personal whims. In the realm of spirituality, the value lies not in material offerings, but in the energy and intention behind our actions. Have you ever considered that something simple can hold far more spiritual power than something extravagant? Sometimes, a modest gesture carries deeper meaning and impact than an elaborate one. Just like at a party where the simplest gift may hold the most thoughtfulness, what truly matters in spiritual work is the connection and intention, not the material value. Now let me share a personal experience that perfectly illustrates the power of following intuition. Early in my spiritual journey, during my prayers to Pai Benedetto, a guide known for his humility and wisdom, I began to feel a strong intuition. You need to make a cane. Confused, I asked myself, a cane? For what purpose? The idea seemed odd, but the feeling was persistent and grew stronger each day, urging me to act on it despite my initial doubts. Have you ever gone through that period when everything seems to go wrong, as if the universe is conspiring against you? What if the problem isn't in external circumstances, but in your spiritual antenna that might be misaligned? The good news is that there are simple and accessible practices that can be the reset your energy needs. Do you want to know how a simple herbal bath can revolutionize your well-being? These practices can restore balance and harmony in your life. This experience taught me that even the simplest ideas or impulses, ones that seem illogical, can carry profound spiritual messages. As we navigate our spiritual journeys, it's essential to pay attention to these signs and trust them, even when they don't make immediate sense. Intuition is far more than just a gut feeling. It's a powerful tool that bridges the gap between us and our spiritual guides, helping to direct us towards our true path and purpose in life, which we might otherwise miss. Before making any offering, whether it's an expensive item or a simple gesture, pause and ask yourself, is this truly necessary? Am I fulfilling a genuine request from my spiritual guides, or am I trying to satisfy my own desires? It's possible that the entity. For days, this sensation wouldn't leave me alone. It was as if a gentle yet insistent voice was always present, urging me to act. Finally, I decided to give in to this inner prompting. Guided by this feeling, I went to a forest and found the perfect branch. With care and dedication, I transformed it into a cane. As soon as I finished, I felt a deep peace, as if I had fulfilled an important mission, confirming the significance of listening to our intuition at crucial moments. Imagine yourself immersed in a bath of lavender or rue, feeling each drop cleanse not just your body but also your soul. How would it feel to regain the clarity and inner peace you so desire? These ancient practices, like smudging, are not just meaningless rituals. They have the power to eliminate negative energies and make room for positivity to flow back into your life. Are you ready to experience this transformation and let go of what no longer serves you? Have you ever wondered if what you desire is a true spiritual request or just a personal longing? What if you're confusing the voice of your guides with your own internal desires? It's easy to mistake the two. There's a fine line between a genuine spiritual calling and a product of our ego. But how do we distinguish? Imagine a spiritual entity asking for something as simple as a glass of water or a humble offering. Would you respond to this request, or would you try to give something you deem more valuable? In the world of spiritual practices, the intention and when I presented the cane to Pi Benedito during a session, something magical happened. The guide, through the medium, used the cane in ways I could never have imagined. It became a powerful tool, channeling and balancing energies, helping not just me but everyone around us. In that moment, I realized that following my intuition was crucial. Had I ignored that inner call, I would have lost a valuable spiritual connection and the opportunity to help others who needed it. Have you noticed how a simple prayer can completely change the environment around you? What if this direct conversation with the universe could elevate your vibration and bring solutions to seemingly unsolvable problems? If you're feeling disconnected or lost, perhaps it's time to try an herbal bath or light some incense. Can such a simple action have such a profound impact? Sometimes, the simplest rituals can lead to the greatest spiritual breakthroughs, giving you clarity and peace. This experience taught me that even ideas that seem simple or nonsensical can carry important messages. On the spiritual journey, it's essential to pay close attention to these signs and trust them, even when they don't make immediate sense. Intuition is more than just a mere feeling. It's a bridge that connects us to our spiritual guides and directs us toward our true purpose in life. Acting on intuition can prevent us from missing important opportunities along our path. Have you ever ignored that inner voice and later deeply regretted it? Felt like the universe was trying to tell you something, but you didn't pay attention? Imagine you're about to leave home on a sunny day when suddenly you have an inexplicable urge to take an umbrella. You decide to ignore it. Hours later, you're drenched in an unexpected storm. Coincidence? In Umbanda, we call this intuition, and it's more powerful than you might think. Trusting it can make all the difference. Therefore, the next time a thought suddenly arises, like "don't do this now" or "avoid that path," take a moment to stop and listen. It could be your intuition trying to guide you, or even a spiritual guide subtly communicating with you. Ignoring these signs can steer us off course and lead to complications we might have otherwise avoided on our journey. The more we listen to this inner voice, the more we strengthen our spiritual connection and our awareness. Not just for me, but for everyone present. In that moment, I realized the true significance of following my intuition. Had I ignored that inner voice, I would have missed a chance to deepen my spiritual connection and to help others in a meaningful way.